Hi everyone, Miss Hadley here to read a favorite book of mine. This book is called I Will Never, Not Ever Eat a Tomato. Now, this book is one of my favorites because it's really sweet and it's really funny and the pictures are really cool, but it also teaches us a really important lesson about trying new things. So, in this story, there's a boy named Charlie who is trying to feed his little sister Lola dinner. But Lola is a really fussy eater or a picky eater. Do you know what that means to be a fussy eater? A fussy or a picky eater is someone who maybe doesn't like a whole lot of different foods or is hesitant to try new things. And that's not a bad thing. I was a picky eater when I was little, and it took me a little while to learn to love all the different things that I eat now. So before we read this story, I want you to think of a food that either you don't really like, or maybe a food that you've never even tried because you're afraid you won't like it. Now, tuck that food in the back of your mind. We'll come back to it at the end of the story. Anyways, in this story, Charlie convinces Lola to try some new foods in a really silly way. Let's read to find out how he does it.
I Will Never, Not Ever Eat a Tomato by Lauren Child.
I have this little sister Lola. She is small and very funny. Sometimes I have to keep an eye on her. Sometimes Mom and Dad ask me to give Lola her dinner. This is difficult because she is a very fussy eater. Lola won't eat carrots, of course. She says carrots are for rabbits. I say, what about peas? Lola says, peas are too small and too green. So one day I played a good trick on her. Lola was sitting at the table waiting for her dinner, and she said, I do not eat peas or carrots or potatoes or mushrooms or spaghetti or eggs or sausages. I do not eat cauliflower or cabbage or baked beans or bananas or oranges, and I am not fond of apples or rice or cheese or fish sticks, and I absolutely will never, not ever, eat a tomato. My sister hates tomatoes. And I said, that is lucky because we are not having any of those things. We are not going to eat any peas or carrots or potatoes or mushrooms or spaghetti or eggs or sausages. There will be no cauliflower or cabbage or baked beans or bananas or oranges. We don't have any apples or rice or cheese or fish sticks and certainly no tomatoes. Lola looked at the table. Then why are those carrots there, Charlie? I don't ever eat carrots. And I said, oh, you think these are carrots? These are not carrots. These are orange twiglets from Jupiter. They look just like carrots to me, said Lola. But how can they be carrots? I said. Carrots don't grow on Jupiter. That's true, said Lola. Well, I might just try one if they're all the way from Jupiter. Not bad, she said, and took another bite. Then Lola saw some peas. I don't eat peas, said Lola. I said, these are not peas. Of course they are not. These are green drops from Greenland. They are made out of green and they fall from the sky. But I don't eat green things, Lola said. Oh, goody, I said. I'll have your share. Green drops are so incredibly rare. Well, maybe I'll nibble just one or two. Oh, said Lola. Quite tasty. Next, Lola saw the potato. I will not eat potato, so don't even try, not even mashed. Oh, this isn't mashed potato. People often think that, but no, this is cloud fluff from the pointiest peak of Mount Fuji. Oh, said Lola. In that case, a large helping for me. I love to eat cloud. Charlie, she said, those look like fish sticks to me, and I would never eat a fish stick. I know that. These are not fish sticks. These are ocean nibbles from the supermarket under the sea. Mermaids eat them all the time.
Oh, I went to that supermarket one time with Mom. Yes, I know the ones. I think I've had them before. Are there any more? Lola said, gobbling. And then she said, Charlie, will you pass me one of those? And I said, What? One of those? And Lola said, Yes, Charlie, one of those. And I couldn't believe my eyes because guess what she was pointing at? The tomatoes. And I said, Are you sure? Really? One of these? And she said, Yes, of course. Moon squirters are my favorite. You didn't think they were tomatoes, did you, Charlie?
The end. Isn't that ending so silly? I want to eat some moon squirters now. So I have some questions for all of you. How did Charlie trick Lola into trying new things? Is it a bad thing that he tricked her? What was your favorite silly name that Charlie came up with? I really liked the cloud fluff from the pointiest peak of Mount Fuji. So what did Lola learn? She learned that trying new things wasn't so scary after all. I mean, she ended up liking all of the things that she ate, didn't she? So now, remember that food that you thought about earlier, the one you tucked in the back of your mind? All right, let's bring that back out again and think about it. Can you come up with a new silly name for that food? A new name that might make you want to try it or eat it more often? All right, now write that new name down. And the next time you have an opportunity to eat that food, try calling it by its new silly name. I think it'll make eating it so much more fun. And you might discover that it's your new favorite food. Enjoy!